Welcome back, Potter fans, to the Show of Requirement, a Harry Potter podcast that's all things Harry Potter related, Wizarding World. We are back again with another House Cup episode. It's our final one. We're going to be discussing Ravenclaw. By the way, you can watch us on YouTube if you want to see our lovely faces. If not, feel free to continue listening on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever.
Our guest is getting very impatient.
I'm trying to build up to it. So, joining us today, well, first of all, I'm Abby Tooley, and this is David Gonzalez, who's joining me along with our guest, who's actually not a guest, but we'll get there. We would like to welcome back to the Show of Requirement, Spencer Price.
I'm back!
Yeah!
I'm back from my sabbatical, and
Spencer Daddy.
Is it heretical to use sabbatical in terms of Harry Potter? Who knows?
Well, sometimes I was just reading Sorcerer's Stone because I'm like, it's been forever since I picked up Goblet of Fire, so I've been and Quirrell, I think they said he took something, or unless they were saying that's from the summer, but I guess
they take a sabbatical.
Yeah. So I guess it's not heretical. Spencer's not heretical.
With one of the worst Ravenclaws ever.
That's
true.
To
tie back into today.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I'm sorry. I feel like we might have led listeners on. I'm sorry, I'm not a Ravenclaw guest. I am a Hufflepuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. We're supposed to have a Ravenclaw guest.
Yeah, a Ravenclaw guest bailed. Mm-hmm. It's a very Slytherin move to make, but
yeah,
we'll allow it. And so we're just doing our best, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and be
I've been out of the game. I'm just along for the ride.
There you go.
It's here for the vibes,
Yeah. Well, you can help award points since I did a lot of the did a lot of the looking and researching on Ravenclaw, even though I'm not a Ravenclaw, but I will try to do them justice as best as I can. We'll all try and be fair.
No one else has, so.
Well,
yeah, that's right.
Anyways.
Got him.
Well, we're excited to be back doing our last House Cup. I guess we'll just start going and just dive right in.
Yeah. It's also season 4 finale.
This is our season 4 finale. It's exciting.
I had to come back for the last episode.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But we're not leaving forever. This is not like Ted Lasso. We're not just saying goodbye after 3 seasons.
How dare you?
Just pour.
How dare you, Abby?
Just pour alcohol into the still
wound.
very open wound.
I texted everyone I know. I was like, I am unwell. Anyway.
Well, we will be coming back for another season.
Correct.
So we're excited.
That's the plan.
Probably with a couple more babies next time.
Show of Requirement babies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to get going on Ravenclaw.
Great.
So.
Let's go for it.
Ravenclaw the house. Its foundations. We'll get started. Ravenclaw was founded by its namesake, Rowena Ravenclaw. She was born pre-976, sometime in the 10th century. We're not really sure. But she was born in Scotland, and she's well known for her intelligence and creativity. It's a popular historical theory that the location and name of Hogwarts were both chosen by Rowena, who dreamt that a warty hog was leading her to a cliff by the lake. She also came up with the ever-changing floor plan. And legend also has it that a broken heart added to her early demise, as she was the first of the founders to die. That has to do with her daughter, Helena Ravenclaw. There was a whole lot there. We'll talk about it.
1 point, Abby. 1 point for that.
Thank you. House values. They're well known for their wit, learning, wisdom, acceptance, intelligence and creativity, as well as, being curious, logical, rational, but ambitious, in the sense that they often try to outdo each other. In school, they try to get ahead in grades, and try to be the best at what they do. Many house members are academically motivated and talented, and they pride themselves in being original in their ideas and methods. Some of them are also quite eccentric, too. We'll get to that when we talk about some of our notable Ravenclaws. They're a little odd. It's in one of their names. We'll get there. Anything you all would add for Ravenclaw Foundations that you know of? Any fun facts? Things?
I don't think it's a fun fact, but it is like a house value.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. So all the houses have semi-equal amounts of students every year.
Right.
And I just frankly find that to be an inconsistency, because in real life, and maybe it's just the tests, I don't know, but even people that declare their own houses, Ravenclaw is far and wide the least of people that I know.
Yeah, I agree with
and
that.
Hufflepuff is also the most, which
Right.
is also wrong, but for a different reason.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe it's the cleverness, maybe it's the intellectual gain, maybe I just don't know a lot of nerds. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know a lot of like the high achievement people, / maybe those people aren't interested in Harry Potter, so they're not taking the test and actively talking about it. Like, I'm not bumping into Ravenclaws is what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah. So
I can
Alicia,
maybe 5.
Yeah,
in my
Alicia
life.
is a Ravenclaw, is what we found out, or
That's
at
right.
least Alicia has always thought of herself as a Hufflepuff. But when she was playing Hogwarts Legacy and she was going through like the Sorting Hat, she went through the option to kind of hear what each house represented and what was the characteristics and all that. And after going through every single one of them, she says, I most identify with Ravenclaw. I think that's where I'm supposed to be. And so she has been playing as a Ravenclaw student in Hogwarts Legacy.
Nice.
We do have a Ravenclaw on our podcast network.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out. I couldn't get him on such short notice, nor to do this whole episode, because he likes Harry Potter. He's actually a huge he really liked Hogwarts Legacy. But Tim Duncan is our
Happy
resident
birthday, Tim.
Ravenclaw. Happy birthday, Tim.
Happy birthday, Tim.
But like Tim, Alicia,
Hudson, yeah.
Yeah.
Those
are about the 3 that I know.
Madeline,
I was gonna say those.
Foster.
Oh.
Yes. Shout out to Madeline.
That's
I
4.
saw her
Yeah, happy
today.
birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 4.
So, but I'm saying it's like basically 5.
Yeah.
That I actively know and talk to. So.
And none of them are, well, other than Madeline, but like none of them are like super into Harry Potter, which kind of goes along with your point.
Yeah, I mean, there's not like proud Ravenclaws out there. They're just like, we quietly know that we're the best.
Yeah. Well, and I was going through, like, again, like I said, I was reading The Sorcerer's Stone, and it's interesting how Hermione, when she is on the train talking to him about, oh, which house do you guys want to be? I want to be in Gryffindor, but I guess Ravenclaw wouldn't be too bad. It kind of makes sense that Hermione is always the one who, you know, based on the characteristics that are set in place, like, she has a lot of the similar vibes as a Ravenclaw. However, she desired to be in Gryffindor, which is just pretty cool.
I think the social dynamic is different too. They're not more, they're a little more timid, more independent even, would be a better way to even say it.
Yeah.
So they do have camaraderie, but it's not noticeable. It's different. They're all it's kind of like a group of friendly loners.
Yeah, sure.
Like very independent. And so you don't equate, like, that's the reason that I would think Hermione does not fit in Ravenclaw.
That's true.
The social and the bravery, but also just the social dynamic
Yeah.
It makes more sense for her to go to Gryffindor, whilst like Luna Lovegood, Cho Chang, Ravenclaw through and through. They're not like party people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. But the ambition is definitely in intelligence and in their own intelligence.
Well, I award this part of the section 20 points.
And I award it 2 points. It'll add up eventually.
It'll add up eventually. Okay, here we go.
Oh, whatever. All right. So notable Ravenclaws is our next section. There's quite a few that were listed. Like
A lot of good
I
names
see the
on
top
here.
of the list.
Yeah. Top of the list. I mean, you've got head of house, Professor Phileas Flitwick.
The goat.
The charms professor that everybody loves.
Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't get better than that.
Nope.
Doesn't get better than that.
Willow himself.
Hated that they canceled it. Hated that they canceled it. That really made me mad.
They didn't just cancel it, David.
They took it off of Disney Plus
and then canned it for money right off. Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway,
I don't think I knew that.
It's bad. It's bad.
Disney's doing massive budget cuts. It's not a Harry Potter related topic, but
no.
Warwick Davis's Willow show got canned off of Disney Plus, which I really liked it.
I thought it was
really
good.
well produced.
I thought it was good. I didn't like the movie as much as everyone else did. Yeah.
No one should like the movie. Let me rephrase that.
I knew a couple of people who did, and I didn't. But the show I thought was really great. Loved the cast a lot. I thought, like you said, the production was great, and then Warwick Davis was amazing. Just
much better in the show.
Oh yeah,
than he was in the movie. But also, he did the movie so early in his career.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, we didn't get to see enough of him, and it's one of those things where it's really sad because we're just gonna get a new Flitwick, I guess.
Yeah, because I was about to say, I was like, oh, but they're doing the series. I was like, oh wait, but he's gonna be new.
He's kind of old. I mean,
I
wouldn't ask
older.
If he wants to come back, great. But
hey, he still would look better than he did in the first Harry Potter movie.
Yeah, what if they just made him look a little bit different, and he still gets to keep the role?
For whatever reason, I just thought of Peter Dinklage as Flitwick, and how horrible that would be.
That would have been terrible. Not because he's not because he's a bad actor, but just because it's just
a bad
not a good fit.
It's just a bad fit. He'd be a good Mad Eye Moody.
Ooh.
But he also, well, let's not get into
that.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
But you're right.
Yes.
You're right. Flitwick is the GOAT. One of the best professors in Hogwarts history, for sure.
I think other than Luna, he's far and wide my favorite on this list.
Right. Yeah, there's a whole lot of interesting characters on this list of Ravenclaws, which will continue. Next, I have the House Ghost, which is the Grey Lady, Helena Ravenclaw. Her story is real interesting. She grew up under her mother's tutelage at Hogwarts. She was always really jealous of her mother's intelligence and success. And so, I know you guys can correct me on the story, but this is a nutshell. Basically, she stole her mother's diadem, which, fun fact, was supposed to give I think I said this later, but is said to increase the wearer's wisdom when they have it on. Anyways, she stole the diadem and kind of like betrayed her mom and kind of went off to try and be the best. And kind of broke her mom's heart. Her mom kind of kept it a secret that her daughter betrayed her. She sent after her the Bloody Baron, which is not his name, really, his name. But anyway, he went to try and get her back. He loved her. She wouldn't come home. He got mad. He stabbed her. And then when he realized he killed her, he stabbed himself too. They both died.
So
and then she became the Grey Lady. Yeah.
And Helena's,
and hers. The blood of two.
The messiest story.
Yeah, literally.
A wild story. But in the movies, she is played by, why did I forget her name? I love this actress. Oh, shoot. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Do you remember?
I know who you're talking about.
She's in so many things. I don't remember her name. That's okay. We just know that we love her. She's in one of my favorite movies is The Decoy Bride. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but she stars alongside David Tennant, and it's just a blast. It's a rom-com. Anywho, next we've got on the list Luna Lovegood. I don't know what else to add about it. She's just awesome. We love Luna.
She's the most beloved character.
Yes.
From Ravenclaw. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, I would say so.
Talk about a late ad character that had so much impact on the fandom and quickly became a fan favorite right away.
Oh, yeah.
Also, this is not about this section, but I just personally, I don't think the diadem actually gives the wearer more wisdom.
I don't think so either.
And that's not against Ravenclaws, because Ravenclaws typically think that because they know better. Like I think it's in Deathly Hallows, Luna Lovegood's going on and on about how it gives you wisdom, and Cho and them's like, no, it's just a crown. Like, it's a symbol, it's important, whatever.
Right.
But I think some of the more whimsical Ravenclaws, like the Lovegoods, believe more things about it than it's actually true.
Yeah. So just quick note, the actress that you were talking about is Kelly MacDonald.
Yes, Kelly MacDonald.
And she was originally offered to play the role of Nymphadora Tonks, actually.
I don't think I knew that.
And
that's a fun fact.
And Kate Winslet was the one who was originally asked to do to be Helena Ravenclaw, but her agent turned it down. So then Kelly MacDonald took the role.
They couldn't afford Kate Winslet anyway. I don't think.
For such a short amount of time to be in a movie, I think that would have been wild to have her in it.
And maybe that's why she didn't do it, because it's literally just a scene.
Yeah.
What other characters we got?
We've got Cho Chang, which
Boo?
I feel like she's a character that you love.
Boo?
Or you don't
I said
enjoy.
boo.
Oh,
but
boo?
like with a question mark.
Boo?
Yeah.
No, she's all right. She's okay.
I think I've heard mixed reviews with Cho Chang.
She had a great accent though in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, very true.
Not enough screen time, but that's the case for everyone in Order of the Phoenix. So.
Yeah.
Also fair. We've got Mr. Ollivander himself is a Ravenclaw. Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Love Kenneth Branagh. Hate
Woat.
Gilderoy Lockhart.
The Woat.
He's the most ironic Ravenclaw, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would agree with that. Also, talk about ambition. That man.
In a very unique sense, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's the Woat, the worst of all time.
He really.
No, he's not. That's Umbridge. Still Umbridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. One of the Woats.
We've also got Uric, the oddball, which I don't remember much about him, but his name comes up a lot in things.
He came up in some timeline stuff, and I decided his story was not.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but I decided it wasn't interesting enough to be relevant.
But I liked his name, so I included it.
Fair enough.
You've got the inventor of flu powder, Ignatia Wildsmith.
Where are you off to now?
Yes, she's in Hogwarts Legacy a lot.
She is.
Well, they updated it. They updated it, so now you don't get to hear her as much, but sometimes you'll still hear her.
I did get that update.
Too much.
Nice. I never remember how to pronounce her name, but Headmistress Fitzgerald, also in flashbacks of Hogwarts Legacy, and Isadora. If you've played Hogwarts Legacy, you're familiar with both of their stories.
Yeah.
And they are both Ravenclaws. You know, especially as Adora, there was some like a kind of ambition there too. Um,
Yeah. And
I
it,
just
it
find
does
that
go
was
along.
interesting.
It does go along with the idea of, you know, creating something, making something,
Mm-hmm.
doing things your own way. That definitely fits. That
Intelligence,
fits Isadora.
creativity,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And speaking of which, there were so many names. Quite a few of them were inventors of things and ministers for magic.
Yeah.
Just to note, Moaning Myrtle, it was a Ravenclaw, as well as Xenophilius Lovegood, Sybil Trelawney, and Professor Quirrell.
You know, I am interested of like how Quirrell was before his encounter with Voldemort.
Me too.
That's always interests me because we know that the whole, stuttering and being afraid was an act.
Mm-hmm.
But so what was he like before? I would be very interested in maybe an excerpt or something, just seeing what he was like before.
Yeah.
Personal take. This is like down 5 points, minus 5 points for Ravenclaw. This is an eclectic mix of the eclectic list. It's also a very short list, and I know it doesn't. You didn't put every single Ravenclaw.
There was a very long list on
But
the fandom, but you don't know who many
You
of them
don't
are.
know
that's the point.
any of them. Like,
Yeah.
okay, Terry Boot, great. We don't. We saw him. We heard his name a few times.
Right.
Oh, what's his? No, Zachariah Smith was a Hufflepuff, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
I remember that. No, there's someone else that I didn't like in Ravenclaw that was just like a student, some Henri teen and some love triangle or something.
Belby. I just remember Slughorn saying his name.
Belby.
But he's a Ravenclaw too.
Slughorn's the best.
Wait, was Romilda Vane a Ravenclaw or was she a Gryffindor?
Ooh,
Gryffindor
he's
in
a Gryffindor.
the movie,
Uh-huh.
but possibly not in the book.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Anyway, I think Terry Boot was a stinker, but I don't remember why. He was going out with somebody. Maybe he was the one. Maybe he was going out with Ginny for a bit, or Cho after Harry.
I was gonna say there were some boyfriends of Ginny on the list.
Yeah,
so that might.
But she didn't have that many boyfriends, like 3, including Harry. But yeah, it's just like this is nothing. Like, and Slytherin's gotten a lot of shine, whether it's good or bad. They get a lot more time. Gryffindor's by far and wide the most. Slytherin, and they've had some characters that people have grown to love, like Draco. And then Hufflepuff was kind of like, everyone hates Hufflepuff. But like, I think this is worse. Like people say, oh, Hufflepuff's lame. This is apathy. Like people just don't care about Ravenclaw very much. And now we've had Fantastic Beasts, Newt Scamander. Like Hufflepuff's had its time to shine a few times, which is fun. I would like more as a Hufflepuff, but like I feel for Ravenclaws, even though they don't seem to care too much about that, about just not having that much presence in any storylines.
Yeah, they're not very well represented as a house.
And there's not much house pride, like I said before.
Yeah.
So like, yes, we've seen Gilderoy Lockhart. We don't know what we didn't know what house he was in. And I guess Cho Chang, but like she's not the woman Harry ends up with.
Right.
So
yeah.
Anyway, boo. Boo on I don't know who I'm booing, whether it be Ravenclaw or just she must not be named or other people. Not enough Ravenclaw, I say. More representation.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I would go 22 points just to offset Spencer's -2. It was originally going to be 20. I did 22. It's not Ravenclaw's fault that She Who Must Not Be Named didn't write more characters, especially good characters.
That's fair.
I'm
Have we
hoping
said
again.
what the mascot is yet? Did I
I'm
miss
gonna
that?
get there.
Okay.
There's a whole thing. I'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I have more tea about that.
So I'll say 22 points, and I would say, like Spencer said, I mean, we've obviously in the original series we touched a lot on Gryffindor, and even in the back half of it, we touched a little bit more on Slytherin, and then obviously with Cursed Child, even more with Slytherin. And we get to Hufflepuff for the Fantastic Beasts. So I'm saying, like, with new stories that they should be creating apart from the remake, the new stories, I think we should dive into more Ravenclaw, and really, really help them elevate them up a little bit. But I agree with Spencer and what he said. I mean, you comparing the list to other houses, this one is kind of, it's not up to par.
Even Hogwarts Legacy, we got friends from Slytherin, Gryffindor, and Hufflepuff. But we did not get a friend from Ravenclaw. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways. The common room for Ravenclaw, located in Ravenclaw Tower, consists of arched windows, walls of blue and bronze silks, domed ceilings painted with the night sky, and a midnight blue carpet. Also, lots of bookcases, tables, chairs, white marble statue of Rowena Ravenclaw. It feels very academic, kind of like just a place where people want to go and study. But also, to enter, one must answer a logical riddle given by a bronze eagle-shaped knocker. But anyway,
120 points. I love the common room.
I think the common room is really cool. It reminds me. I don't know.
I don't know what it reminds me of.
No, but I like it.
Childhood trips to the planetarium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you're in a cozy library.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's just a good place to
sit. It's a whole vibe. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I would say, like, as far as vibes go, it's got a good vibe. Hufflepuff's got like the earth, plants, that light, sunlight, but this is super fun as well. And I bet in the daytime this would be really cool as well.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna have to start Hogwarts Legacy now to be a Ravenclaw, if you'll excuse me. But
yeah, so I've seen it. I've seen it in the day.
They did a really good job.
Yeah. It looks amazing. So I'm gonna go with 100 points as well. I really love their common room. It's really,
but
really
also I would not be able to get in there by a riddle.
No.
Yeah.
I'm the worst.
I would be the Neville Longbottom of Ravenclaw for sure. I'd be sleeping in the hallway.
I have to run in behind somebody else because I can't do it. I think out of all the common rooms, Hufflepuff and Ravenclaws are my favorites. I do really enjoy them.
That is interesting. I think I hold that. I think that's how I feel about them too. Slytherin it feels too cold and damp.
I would say it feels really dark and damp in there.
Yeah.
I didn't lock it.
Anyway.
Yeah. Miscellaneous section. This is a lot of interesting. I'd like to get Chill's thoughts on this too. Corresponds roughly with the element of air, but the house colors were in the books blue and bronze, representing like sky and eagle feathers. But in the movies, they changed the house colors to blue and silver, and they changed the house symbol from an eagle to a raven, which Ravenclaw, I guess, fair, but
no, I have tea. It's an eagle. It's an eagle. The reason it's Ravenclaw is talking about the color of the eagle's talons, which is too specific. But I like that they're sticking to their guns on this. Yep. And I'm like, and the worst part is it's not a raven in every movie.
No.
Just in some of them.
Yep.
Like I think in the first one or two, it was an eagle, and then they just changed it later. And I'm like, while the movies did a lot of things well, this is one of those things where it's like, come on, guys. Yeah. You got the book. We have a screen. Like, it's not that hard to
Right.
get something this small correct.
I just thought it was also interesting that they changed the house colors. I didn't think blue and bronze were that bad, but
Blue and bronze are cool.
Maybe silver feels more like, I don't know.
Modern.
Yeah. I was gonna say academic. I don't know that makes sense, but like pristine.
And that's I'm bringing it back to House Pride again, but I never no one ever goes, "Oh, Ravenclaw, yeah, we're the Eagles." Like, people don't talk about that, but that's their mascot. Like, that would be more proud of that because like Hufflepuff, we're the Badgers, and everybody knows that. That's in Hufflepuff, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, in Gryffindor, you see like lion stuff everywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Slytherin and Snakes are even more.
Yeah.
Even more like together on that. So
yeah. Anyways, that was my miscellaneous information that I just kind of found was like, that's interesting. Hadn't really thought about it, but
I don't think this is points down or up, but let's say 50 points for being unique in that the mascot is not a raven. And not to Ravenclaw, but minus 100 points from the movies for not paying attention to obvious details.
Right.
For not sticking with it. Yeah.
So I am not going to award any points for this.
Yeah.
It just, again,
there's not a lot.
There's not a
that
lot.
I could find.
Yeah, there's just not a lot, and what we got, it's just
Yeah, other Ravenclaws out there that are listening, I'm sorry if I don't do your house justice. I tried.
Here's the thing. We've been doing this all season long, and we've been asking for a Ravenclaw guest, and no one has come forward.
And then the person we got backed out.
Yeah. So
it is what it is, friends.
Yeah.
Now moving forward with keep going.
I wanted to give a rough just a fun scene, I guess.
There we go.
Obviously Luna loved good scenes, but when Harry is in the Ravenclaw common room in, I almost said episode 7, David. My brain's still in Star Wars for some reason.
The Magic Awakens.
That's not the title. It's definitely Hollows. It's not even close. I don't know how to change that. The Death Awakens. Anyway, that's a really cool scene in the book of Deathly Hollows, where it's like,
I agree.
Harry's trying to find the diadem at the statue, but then the Carrows are in there as well, and it's like a little showdown and Ravenclaw common room. I love it.
Yeah, we did not get a showdown with the Carrows.
And then in the movie, they were like,
Snape was like,
in the movie,
and then they were done.
And then the movie was like, what if he met the ghost in the hallway? That means nothing to no one.
Yeah.
Let's have him going up to the tower, but then we'll have him not go to the tower because we don't want to make a set.
I'm still upset we didn't get to see more of the common rooms in general in the Harry Potter movies, but that's just...
Well, you only see 3. That is something. They don't go to the Hufflepuff one in the movies.
No.
Well, in the books either.
Right. But anyways.
But they go to the other 3.
Well, these last 2 sections, guys, I honestly, I did run out of time just a little bit, but also just with the research that I tried to do, could not find information. So if you think of anything, let me know. But house achievements, I don't know, they won the House Cup 2 times. I should have looked to see how many times they won Quidditch matches. Like
they're solid. They're a solid Quidditch team.
Yeah, I don't remember.
They're formidable with Slytherin and Gryffindor most years. Some years they've been better than Gryffindor. It's like the 3 are way more competitive than Hufflepuff.
Right.
So that's definitely a pro for Ravenclaw. And they don't have the fanciest stuff. They don't have Lucius Malfoy buying them all the fancy brooms. And they don't have Harry conveniently getting the best broom in the entire Wizarding world. Whenever he needs it.
Right.
And they still do well. And they still have solid players and stuff. So
yeah.
I think
E13.
it's not. I have no proof of this, but it's probably a fair point that like Quidditch athletes post school, probably a lot of them come from Ravenclaw because Slytherins are dunderheads. The ones on the Quidditch team, not all of them.
Yeah.
If anybody knows how many times they won anything Quidditch related, feel free to let me know.
I'll find
I
it.
forgot to look.
I'm looking.
Well, while Spencer's looking
No.
for that, things Ravenclaw is infamously known for. Anybody got anything?
Quirrell.
Yeah. I feel like we kind of talked about some as we went, but like.
It seems to be there's a Reddit people just going through a bunch of little details, but basically they're saying that it sounds like in the Sorcerer's Stone, Ravenclaw actually won the cup.
Nice.
Because Harry was unavailable, but maybe that's
well done,
possible.
Ravenclaw. Well done, Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're just there.
Yeah, they don't stir up a lot of issues. They don't cause too much trouble. Some of them are eccentric, so I mean, like you do hear some like interesting stories. You know, you get the Lunas and the Urics and the Moaning Myrtles and the Quirrells, but I don't know. This was the section I struggled with. I don't know if they're infamously known for, you know, you got Gilderoy Lockhart, but I don't know if we want to.
This is a really messy fandom page that I'm trying to get through. There's just way too much on here. It's like all of the Quidditch teams, and I'm like, I don't really want all of the Quidditch teams. Gosh, we don't even know who the captain of Ravenclaw's team is.
We just don't get a lot of information about Ravenclaw.
Aha! Well, one of the years, Roger Davies. I remember him. He was the captain, and this was in Half-Blood Prince. So progress. But not much progress. Roger Davies was the captain for it looks like 2 or 3 seasons. And then we went back to not knowing who the captain was for pretty much the rest of the time, it seems. I was trying to find number of wins, but it's not really getting anywhere. But they are a pretty good team, which you wouldn't peg them for having like the athletic prowess. I think they're famous. I think they're infamously known for the bloody story, as we described, of Bloody Baron and the Grey Lady. They're infamously known for having Gilderoy Lockhart and Quirrell. But Quirrell's not necessarily known as a Ravenclaw as much as Gilderoy is.
Right. I had no idea that Quirrell was a Ravenclaw until today.
Was there any Order of the Phoenix members you saw on that list?
I don't think so. I was seeing Dumbledore's army, but I don't think I saw Order of the Phoenix.
Padma Patil.
Oh, yes. Padma Patil.
In the books.
Yeah, because in the movies, didn't they make them both Gryffindor? Interesting.
It's great. Trying to see if there's any, like... I think Fawcett was in the original Order of the Phoenix. Anthony Goldstein. Who has a very... Why am I saying this like Jeff Goldblum? He is a very important relative. Anthony Goldstein is like a distant relative of, oh my gosh, Fantastic Beasts.
Tina
Goldstein. Michael Corner is another character. I think Michael Corner is actually the one that went out with Cho. But yeah, there's some people on this list. I just don't know any of them.
Yeah.
Sad day.
I know.
But yeah, I just want more Ravenclaw stuff. Like, I'd really like to experience more stories, more media, and I don't know what that looks like.
I don't either.
Again, we're getting a recreation of this series again, which I've come around to a little bit. I've gone through the 5 stages of grief, if you will, to acceptance of this reboot. So I'm hoping that it's kind of, as David said in an episode a few weeks ago that y'all did, like, I'm hoping it's just a path for more things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
We'll have to see.
I think it's important to say, I mean, love Harry Potter. We don't agree with everything that is happening in the wizarding world right now.
Nope.
But we can just hope that it gets better until I buy the company. So.
Yeah, we're just holding out, guys.
Mhm.
So, and if you need, our Patreon link is, no, I'm just kidding. Don't have one. Not planning on making one. Too much work.
Yeah. But hey, maybe what this leads to is just Spencer and I and even Abby, all 3 of us quitting our jobs, making our own fan fiction. Making it into a full universe.
I don't want to make fan fiction. I want to make real fiction, David.
Amen.
I'm not just gonna post it on the internet. If I write something, I want it to get it published.
Yeah.
There you go.
Which, if it's Harry Potter, just means all the more difficulty. But you know.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, hey, awkwardly, I have to ask: are we awarding any points for these 2 sections?
No,
I'm not.
Of course not. No.
Guys, I'm telling you,
I'm gonna give like
how-
10 more points for Flitwick, but that's it.
when I say that
That's
I
what I'm gonna
tried,
do.
like I gave
So-
it like a good 20 to 30 minutes searching. I didn't give it hours.
Yeah.
It was not worth that to me.
Well,
Sorry.
No.
Well, here's the thing. I am going to be awarding some points. I'm going to award 25 additional points to Hufflepuff because Abby did the work to make this episode happen.
I support it.
As a faithful, loyal Hufflepuff to her school, she did the work. She put it in.
I'm gonna give 25 points for that cool scene in Deathly Hallows I mentioned in the book.
Yeah, go for it. Which I mean,
That's it.
Spencer gave 125 points in one section. I gave 100 points, so they should still do pretty all right.
And we can't forget the 1 point I gave at the beginning either.
Sure.
They got points.
Today I decided on horribly inconsistent was my point scaling. So
Oh gosh.
I will give it 1 point, 2 points, 125 points for the house.
Minus,
the common room.
what'd you do? Minus 2 points?
Yeah,
point?
something like that. Minus
Yeah.
5. It adds up.
Mm-hmm.
Some listener can do a tally if they really want to.
David's been doing one.
I've been doing it. So on social,
Have
on
you?
our Instagram, I'll post the final results of who won the Hogwarts House.
I'm so sorry. These weren't supposed to be real.
We'll
No, it's
see.
gonna be funny.
Yeah.
We'll post it with a disclaimer.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, don't take this too seriously or personally.
Well, I'll say for someone that took a brief hiatus, it's good to be back. But listeners, thanks for tuning in this season. It's been great.
Yeah. We appreciate every single one of our listeners. And we're so thankful that we get to do this for you all. I think we just have a blast.
Season 5, we have a plan. We have babies coming as well.
We do.
So I think usually what we do is we kind of break in June-ish and pick back up and then just swing in August. And so I think that's still the plan, listeners. When we record episodes, like we might do some pre-recording and other stuff. So we're working on it on the back end. But I would just plan on early to mid-August as being the kickoff for a certain thing that we did last fall, or a continuation. You know, some kind of chalice of flames, and a group of the fiery bird. The organization, which includes a fiery bird.
Right.
That's a pretty direct hint. That's pretty good, Abby.
Yeah.
I don't want to directly say what it is.
Right.
Or maybe I do. You can figure it out.
Well,
David, you put off your headphones. You missed out.
No, I could hear you still. I could hear you still. I heard it.
Oy. We got lots to do, friends.
We
Lots
do.
to do.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I've already started reading the first book I may or may not have mentioned, and I'm having a great time.
He mentioned it all right, listeners. Trust, he mentioned it all right. Yeah, I'm rereading the first 3 books to eventually catch up and get it. But I'm also a very fast reader, so I'll be there in no time. So, but I'm excited. I'm excited for next season. I'm excited for not just rereading old stories, but even creating some new ones maybe next year. So season 5 is not one for you to miss. I think if you want more original fun content, if you want Spencer Price magic, tune in. Season 5.
There we go.
Yeah.
Wow, just way to tell them I'm doing something, even though I don't know what we're talking about.
No, I know you're gonna come up with something brilliant if I ask you to, because you always deliver. So I'm just laying the challenge right there.
Oh yeah,
Gauntlets down.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm writing the check that you're gonna cash.
Well, hey, David and Spencer, thank you guys. Spencer, it's so good to have you back for this final episode.
Yes, sir.
It's good to be back.
It was fun.
Thank you for being a guest.
Yeah. Well, again, if you guys want to write in, you can email us. You can post comments on our YouTube page. You can go to our Instagram page, Facebook page. We're trying to be almost everywhere so that you guys can contact us. But let us know if you have any comments, questions, or snide remarks. I guess we'll take those too.
I will accept snide remarks, just not in a review, please.
Oh, yeah.
Washington Sentinel, you still live in my brain. You know what? I have a theory now. My theory is that Washington Sentinel is actually someone that we love and we respect, and they just did that to prank us.
No,
because they knew it was going to make me mad. That's my theory. Cole, I'm looking at you.
Happy birthday, Cole.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Cole. We're coming for you, Cole.
We're coming for
Happy
you, Cole.
birthday.
Yeah.
Gosh.
With flames.
Well, hey, this is the show of requirement. This is the end of season 4, but we'll be back soon for season 5. We're so thankful for you all, and I'm so thankful for my co-hosts, David and Spencer. And we hope to be able to talk to you all again soon. But in the meantime, mischief managed.